Hey, we back, and there is a big new Day update. As I gave little spoilers for before, we now have Kakera Towers, which is here. So here's the update notes. We've got Kakera Tower. There's also Light Kakera, First Wish, Color MM, Bonus Overview, and KL update. So I'm just going to be going through all of these. Explaining what each one does and how to use them. I would not be surprised if there was a second video on Kakera Tower because, oh damn, those are thick. But we'll just see how it goes. So let's skip Kakera Tower and leave that one to the last because that's the big one. And we'll start with Light Kakera. A new Kakera roll, it breaks down into multiple random Kakera. I don't know how common it is or how the multiple random Kakera are calculated. I personally have not rolled one yet. However, this guy has. So you can have a look at that. That's the sort of colour that the Light Kakera is. It's kind of a white colour. And it is broken down into that looks like blue, turquoise and orange. Again, I don't know how that's calculated. But it's clearly just given the value of these added up. Because if you add this about 750, this about 200, this about 125, makes about that. That would make sense to me. So yeah, that's how you can see that. Light Kakera looks good. Again, not exactly sure how it works. Not even sure if it actually uses power. I assume it uses the same amount of power as normal, but I don't know. But that's all the information we have on that. It's just a new Kakera though, so we'll figure it out as we go along. First wish. Define your main wish. This is basically the same as FM, but for wishes. So I could go on here, I could have a look at my wish list, of which a lot of stuff has been claimed, to be honest. But I could say, okay, first wish, Ugandan knuckles. Why not? That's not got a space in it. Yeah. First wish. There we go. Ugandan knuckles. Yeah. It just wished Knuckles, didn't it? Yeah, I knew it. It wished Knuckles. Whatever. There you go. It puts a little star next to it. So that's cool. Other than that, pretty much the same as any other wish command. You can only have one first wish, obviously, and it gives a bit of extra chance of the first wish spawning in, assuming you have Kakera Towers, which again we'll get to. Color MM is the basically equivalent of embed color. Unlocked again with Kakera Towers. Change the color sideline of your MM. There's also color PR, color LL, and color SL, which, you know, that's going to do profile, like list, and soul list. So, fairly self-explanatory. That's going to be the same as embed color. If you're not sure, embed color is here. You pick your character, you pick your color. So then say spelling. Well, wrong spelling anyway, because Americans don't know how to spell colour, what can I say? There you go, colour MM. Change the colour, your embed colour, sideline of your MM. So yeah, have a fiddle around with them if you want, fairly self-explanatory. We have bonus and overview, which are also fairly self-explanatory. Overview, just giving player settings. So this is the same as settings, but for your player ones, tells you what toggles you've got on, your wishes private, Kakera DMs, which is for the silver 4 bonus, you know, stuff like that, right? So this is just a bit of information, you can look at all the settings, and then bonus is kind of cool, but I don't think helps too much. It's just going to show you what you get from your Kakera Towers and from your KLs in the same place, which is kind of cool, I guess. And your badges, I guess, if you're including things like this, you know, obviously. It just tells you, yeah, what kind of bonuses you get above other people. So, yes, cool. Also, there's been an update to KLs. So USs now give 1, 0.7 or 0.4 USs. So obviously we get a bunch less rolls, which you think, oh no, that's sad, I'm not going to get as many rolls. However, It is balanced because of towers, because towers are going to give you duplicate keys. So this is basically meaning that as you use more and more, obviously when you start using the USs, you're going to get all of ones. It says here, right? Read this. So it won't affect you, and once you get to the point where you're getting thousands of rolls, you will be getting less rolls, but duplicate keys from towers. So all in all, the same number of keys-ish, I assume, but having to spend less time rolling. So I am very happy with that. That sounds good. Also, Silver Ruby bonuses affect claimed characters the same as they do unclaimed ones, instead of a third chance. So it is now a lot more worth it to wish characters that you have already claimed in order to get keys, which is kind of nice. So there we go, a nice little buff. So now we'll move on to Kakera Towers. Kakera Towers are hick. So what have we got here? So obviously not only this server now, it's properly out. We can prove that just by going on here, Kakera Tower. There we go. We have Kakera Towers. So you use the build number, the build command with a number to build a floor of the tower, and you get the associated perk. Once you've built every single floor, then you can build a second tower. Can't choose the same perk twice unless you manage to build all the floors. If you build all the floors, you can upgrade each floor again with lower bonuses for some perks, as in build another tower. But yes, lower bonuses, you get slightly less. The cost is increased by 10,000 per floor. It can be lowered to 7,500 per floor with tower value. And here, some of them have limits. So like, that doesn't say perk 1, but sure. So perk 1 is not limited. You can get as many wishlist slots from this as you like. 2 and 7 are not limited, but you have lower bonuses after the first tower. Perk 8 is lowered to 2% after the first tower and limited to 30% reaction power, and so on. So yes, if you want more information on this, read what is currently on my screen. I'm not going to read all of it, but this is basically just giving an overview of how the perks work. Then we later got an update. This is giving chaos keys. Perks to the limit are replaced by 0.5% chance to run a second key when you get a key on any of your wishes. So that's nice. And 0.4-step roll probability issue was fixed. That doesn't really matter to us. Floor 3 was slightly changed. Floor 2 was slightly changed, etc., etc. Tower minimum value decreased to 5,000 per floor. And then we have overview and bonuses. So that is basically the deal. Obviously on these servers, I'm instantly going to lower the tower value as low as possible. Oh, it's as low as possible by default. That's nice. That's nice. Okay. Is that on every server or is that just on here? So if I go on here and do this, tower value, is that a shortened version? No. Okay. Tower value. Yeah, okay. Default 5,000. So it's already default at minimum, so that's kind of nice. Whether that's balanced or not is another matter, but who cares? Now, in terms of relating this to KLs, what I'm seeing already is that the default cost of an upgrade on a KL is 2,000 and goes up by 200, whereas this starts at 5,000, which is actually only just over double, but goes up by 5,000 instead of up by 200. That is going to make a huge difference. So I think when you first are starting, you actually want to get your tower before your KL upgrades. Because realistically, 3 levels of KL upgrades, or in fact even less, is not going to be worth a level in the tower. Because these towers are guaranteed perks, and the perks are pretty good. I mean, 2 wishlist slots? That's like a really lucky KL, even with max upgrades, right? You've spent 2 million on upgrading your KLs to max, and it's still lucky. Whereas here, it's literally just like 5,000 Kakera. So you do want to get your tower before you get your KLs, but only up to a point, because obviously once you've got a few levels, this is going to start costing like 30,000 per floor, right? If you're like halfway to a completed tower, and 30,000 per floor, maybe you should start upgrading your KLs. So you want to be doing them both in parallel, really. The point is, when do you do each one? And that is something that I'm not too sure about. That is just going to take some fiddling. Just do a bit of each. Just think, what would I rather spend it? Say you've got 50,000 Kakera. Would you rather get, like 5 levels of upgrades on your KLs? Or would you rather get a floor on your tower? I feel like, to be honest, you'd still rather get a floor on your tower with 50,000. The tower does seem considerably better. But there is obviously going to be a point where upgrading the tower is no longer as good as getting KLs, especially since none of the KL stuff is limited, and it is pretty good. If we have a look at the KL stuff, obviously I don't have it quite maxed out on here yet, but for example, this RT cooldown, this is not something that you're getting with towers, and it is something you want. So you can't completely ignore Kakera loops and just go on the towers, because you're going to be missing out on stuff like this, which is really good. And eventually you are going to be wanting to max out your upgrades. But yes, I do think the tower does seem better to start out, and you should try and get at least some tower stuff before you do too much on KLs, because the tower does seem better. So speaking of which, let's get building. Now I'm pretty sure perk 8 is by far the best one, so I'm going to start out with that one. You know what? I might do first. Do you think I've got a Bites the Dust Requiem on this server? No, still a few others. Okay, it'd be nice to get a little boost of Kakera. Like, you know what? Let's start on here, where I'm going to have a lot more Kakera on here, aren't I? Yeah, there we go. So let's start on here. Let's see where we go from here. Obviously, just randomly using a Bites the Dust Requiem isn't something you can do on most servers. I'm just using it to try and get as much Kakera as possible, so I can explore this properly. So let's build 8. Right, let's see how this works. Do you really want to spend 5,000 on floor 1 and -4% Kakera power? So now if I go on my TU, okay, I forget I don't show it on there. Fair enough. Bonus. Here we go. Where does it say? Power cost per Kakera reaction, 36%. There we go. So that's pretty good. This is going to make a big difference in the long run. I can already almost fit, if you get it down to 33%, you can fit 3 Kakera reactions in the same 100%. That's pretty good. Think about it, right? If you get it down to 33%, then with 100% power plus a DK, instead of getting the 5 reactions that you would have got before, max. No, you would have to wait now for that. Wait. Oh yeah, I guess. Oh yeah, but in total you can get 5 reactions. You're now up to 6. So just by getting it down to 33%, you get a whole extra react for free. That's pretty good. What else have we got though? These doubling keys ones are going to be very good. 30% chance to enter a second key when you get a bronze key on your wishes. The same as this and the same as this. So yeah, when you've got these, it's going to be extra worth to be wishing for claimed stuff, because you want to be getting them extra keys on your wishes. So this is going to make it really worth, actually. Changing the wishing claimed characters back up to regular multiplier instead of a third already made it pretty worth. This is going to make it super worth. So if you are wishing for characters that are claimed, in order to get keys, you want to be getting these 3 really quickly. So yeah, that's really nice. That's really nice. However, it doesn't mention chaos keys. Let me go check the updates now, because it did say something about chaos keys here. Where was it? Purpose of the limit are replaced by not confirmed to second chance when you get any key on your wishes. So that'll include chaos keys. So you want to be hitting these limits deliberately to get this, actually, because then you can get double chaos keys as well. That's pretty cool. Of course, the double chaos keys don't help too much because you're already going to have soulmate on them at that point, presumably. Obviously, if someone else nicked the keys, then maybe not. But yeah, so you do actually want to be hitting these limits pretty quickly, huh? That's nice. Light Kakera give 1 random Kakera. That seems good. Obviously, you saw in that print screen it apparently gave 3. So, yeah. What else have we got? This one looks good. I'm going to get 7 next. Let's see what this does. Yes. So we're now at level 2. You see we've got a level 2 tower. And if I go on TU... Oh, right, yeah. Of course, we're not at max yet. Okay, fair enough. We can still check it with here, though. Should be at 110%. There we go. So I can now go up to 110%. So I can get 3 reactions now. Because of this. 36% per reaction and 110%. I can now fit 3 reactions in my max Kakera. Although, of course, it takes a little bit longer to get the max Kakera. Okay, let's run KT again. You see we've got this here. Tower 2. And it's now costing 15,000 per level. And you've got these little ticks here. Nice. Respawn chance for first wish, 50%. So if your first wish is a claimed one, oh, that's going to be getting you a lot, isn't it? 2+ wishlist slots. More limits lowered. That's kind of nice. Gold keys max bonus increased by 500 per 3 hours. That's pretty good because it's 4,500 by default. Yeah, okay. So these seem like the good ones. For servers like this, 9 is really good because I hit this limit periodically. And for servers where you're trying to grind for soul lists, these are really good. You need to wish for claimed characters at this point. That is actually the thing that you need to do. But yes, this is now incredibly good for getting soulmates. So I'm going to get those 3 for sure. Well, I'm going to get all of them. The light Kakera seems pretty good, but I'm not sure how common light Kakera is, so I'm not really sure. 1 roll per hour is pretty cool. I'm going to say 1 roll per hour is probably the next best one. Well, let's go for that, shall we? Roll 11 plus 1 roll per hour. That's nice. Yeah, and then past that, they all seem pretty good. It's pretty server specific. The wishlist slots are pretty general, I guess, but 2 wishlist slots don't make too much difference. I mean, they're pretty common to get from KLs, to be honest. The first wish chance is nice, but if you think about it, I mean, how many wishlist slots have I got on here, right? 43. My silver 2 bonus gives me 50% chance on all 43 wishes. So this is 1/43 of a silver 2 bonus. Now that you think about it, it's not as good, is it? It's just not as good. Suddenly this seems not very good. So yeah, I don't like number 2 so much. I feel like this doesn't make too much difference. It's an extra 200 isn't a huge amount. It's certainly not bad. That's a good number of KLs, but it's not huge. This is good on server specific. These are good on server specific. So yeah, I think 7, 8, and 10. Sorry, and 11. 7, 8, and 11 are probably the best ones there. There you go then. I'm going to go ahead and get all the rest though anyway. Can we get more than 1 at a time? What if I do that? Okay. What if I do that? Ah, there we go. Yeah, that works. So I can do that and get all of them right. It's going to cost me 300,000, you see. We're starting to get a lot of Kakera spent. So I now have all of them. There we go. A level 12 tower, and it puts me back at the start again, look. So this has gone down to 25. These are all halved. These have gone down from, what was it, 30%, 20%, and 10% to 4, 3, and 2. So that's a lot less. This is now 5% instead of 10%. This is 2 instead of 4. This has stayed the same. And so is everything else, actually. Oh no, but this is the next thing. Right, yeah, because we got colour MM and colour PR, so now we've got LL and SR. Okay. But now I only have 200,000 Kakera, and it's going to be costing me 65,000 to get a new floor. So let's get these again. I'm actually going to get 12, just because that might be cool. I'm going to get 7 and 8, because they're good. What else should I get? I guess if I am going for the whole wish thing, I should get 4, 5, and 6 as well. I'll leave it like that for now. Oh, I actually can't get all of those. Okay, that's fair enough then. I should get 7 and 8 for now. And 11. There we go. So now I've got a second tower. Yeah, we go. We've got 3 and 12. Alright then. So now if I look at my bonus, what are we getting? We got a bunch of extra chances. Ah, double chaos keys. Where did that 3% come from? What have we got? What gave us that? I'm honestly not sure. We didn't have it before, did we? No. Something here gave us that. I do not know what. But we have a chance of double chaos keys now. Fantastic. Okay, sure. Perhaps you get this just for maxing out the tower? I'm not sure. I'll need to do a bit more experimenting on this. What I can do, we can test it on here. Should have a bunch more capital on here. Here we go, about the same amount. So if I go like build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. And now I look at bonus. Did I get any? Oh, it's in these 6. Well, there you go then. It's probably these. Oh look, it's here underneath. It doesn't list this here. 30% chance to earn a second key when you get a bronze key, but then when you actually buy it, 30% chance to earn a second key when you get a bronze key, and 1% chance to earn a second key when you get a chaos key. That's not listed. There you go then. That's where we're getting it from. It's from 4, 5, and 6. Watch out for that, guys. That is important to note, because they are cool. Okay. Well, then let's get the rest of them, shall we? I want to go build 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. There we go. We've got about the same amount again, so I can get 7, 8, and 11. Correct? Yes. There we go. So now we've got the same on both of those. We have our KT. So let's continue looking at this bonuses list. Now I'll get 26 rolls per hour, 38 wishlist slots, and this is plus as well, so it's actually even more. We've got the additional spawn chance for first wish. The game limits and animanga limits are lower a little bit. The max power has gone up a lot, and this has gone down a lot, so that is very cool. Oh, random light Kakera per Kakera. Random Kakera per light Kakera. It's 4 to 5. Okay. That's cool. Gold bonus is now at 5,000, and then we've got this. Right, nice. So there you go. I've done a bit of fiddling with this now. All in all, I would say you certainly want to be getting this stuff before Chaos. However, the point that I am now at here, it is 80,000 per like floor. That's the word. 80,000 per floor, and 80,000. That's enough for like a lot of upgrades on your KLs. So at this point, if you get to here where you've already got one tower and then you get 7, 8, and 11 again, I feel like you probably want to start getting a bit more on the KL side. Maybe you want to go for another tower though. But yeah, it is starting to get extremely expensive at this point. on this server, I'm going to be wanting to get this and this because I am grinding keys for soulmates on here. But on a lot of servers that won't help too much. You will want to wish other stuff that you haven't claimed. As much as obviously this does help you a lot. It's not insane amounts. And like I say, it's only going to affect the claimed wishes. So that's kind of meh. Ah, look, it says down here. Aha! I did not see this. There you go. It says there. Doesn't say up here. Interesting. Interesting. Also, note you can destroy your tower as well with destroy if you want. If you want to buy them in a different order or something like that. So there is that too. Yeah, I would say probably the best ones are 7, 8, and 11. 7 and 8 definitely. 7 and 8 definitely are really good. 11 is not bad. It's not insane, but it's not bad. But everything else is kind of keys specific. So on servers like this, they're going to be pretty helpful. But on your average server, I think significantly less so. On your average server, I think there's not a huge reason to be getting all of these that fast. Because realistically, it's not going to help you too much. Do the maths on it, right? So, like, what is actually the chance that you get, say, a bronze key, right? Maybe you get 1 or 2 per rolls, if you're lucky, on one of these average servers. And you have now, like, a 30% chance of that being... So that's not even going to happen every rolls, right? You're going to be getting, like, 1 extra key every few rolls, like every couple of hours. It's not bad, but it's not nearly as good as this other stuff, you know? I mean, this 1 roll per hour is going to get you that probably anyway, if you're lucky, actually. Now, it might not, to be fair. But the point with this is it can get you other stuff as well, you know? It can get you, like, top 100s that you can claim and Kakera that you can react to. Whereas this is just getting you the key. So I still say this is better. Even if you are going for keys, this is still better. But I don't know. You should do some fiddling with it as well. I'm going to do some fiddling with it. And then hopefully give it maybe a week or so. When I'm properly versed with the towers, I will make a full description on what I think you should be doing with them, what order I think you should get them in, and if you should get them alongside the chaos. These are my first thoughts. I would not be surprised if they are accurate, to be honest, because I do generally try and figure out how to do stuff, but I'm not 100% sure, and obviously just randomly buying a full tower and then these 3 might not be good. But that's the update. That's what I think of it. If you want more information, you can check out the official Medei server. They've been using it for a couple of weeks now. So I'm sure they have a lot more experience with it than me. You can ask them for more information. And then, yeah, like I say, I will do another video on this probably at some point when I have a bit of a better idea about what is going on with it. For now, however, I will leave it there. Bye!